Hi everyone, my name is Victoria Flanagan and I'm the convener of the Master of Children's Literature program here at Macquarie University. Welcome to tonight's webinar where I'll be giving you a little bit of information about the program and encouraging you to ask questions if you have any. So you might be interested to know that the Master of Children's Literature at Macquarie is the only Master of Children's Literature degree in Australia at the moment. There are other universities that offer children's literature programs, but we are the only one that offers a named degree at the master's level. We're really proud of our program in that we've developed it because we have students from all around Australia. It's possible to study both on campus, and we offer all of our classes in the evening, or you can do the entire program by distance. Which means that you're able to do the readings as they fit into your schedule, and that you can log on at any time to participate in class discussions, to listen to online pre-recorded lectures. And actually, the majority of our students do study by distance. So you'll find that the class sizes are not too big, but they'll tend to be about 25 to 30 students in each class. And I guess the big selling point of the Master of Children's Literature degree is that you are able to basically get a postgraduate qualification in children's literature that isn't available elsewhere. One of the key new features of the degree that we've introduced over the past couple of years is recognised prior learning. And what that means is that if you have a postgraduate qualification in another area, or if you have teaching experience, which is something that applies to a lot of our students, you're able to apply for up to 16 credit points of recognised prior learning, which can cut the degree down from 18 months to 12 months full time. The other thing I should mention is that it's very possible, and most of our students do this, to study on a part-time basis. So actually most of my students do take just one subject per semester. And I think that's a kind of a realistic way to look at to try and complete the program if you're combining study with a family or full-time employment. And it gives you lots of flexibility in terms of how many hours you commit to study. The workload is quite high. For each of our units, we expect that the kind of maths that we use is that if you're doing a 4 credit point subject, then it's 3 hours for each credit point. So that would be about 12 hours of work per week. And I think that's quite realistic in terms of, for most units, we ask you to read a children's book as well as some secondary reading, usually a couple of critical articles. So that's probably about 20 to 30 pages of critical material as well as a novel. And then by the time you add assessment tasks into that, I think that 12 hours a week is quite a good guide. So again, if you're someone who thinks that you can take on a higher load, the program is also flexible in that you can start off with 2 subjects. If that doesn't work out for you, then you can minimise that in the next semester, or again, you can take up more subjects in the following one. We offer a really big range of subjects dealing with children's literature. So we cover things like retelling stories, how traditional stories are retold for child audiences. We also have a subject that's devoted to young adult fiction. That's one of my personal favourites. And that's also an area of my expertise. And I think for those of you, if you're interested in young adult fiction, that's a genre that has really expanded and developed over the last 10 to 15 years. So that's an exciting one. We also offer theoretical units, and we offer units that, another unit that we offer is the picture book unit, where we look at picture books and we combine a kind of a visual semiotic framework with analysis of picture books. In terms of assessment, we use a variety of assessment modes. So not just traditional essays, but we also have tasks such as annotated bibliographies, literature reviews, and we grade class participation. There's also an option for those students who are interested to complete a 20,000 word research thesis on a topic of their own choice. Most of my students leave that till the very end of the program, and that's kind of the unit that they finish on. I think it's a really nice way to kind of coalesce all of the learning that you've acquired throughout the program to then be able to identify a topic that you're really passionate about, and to then turn that into a thesis. And it's something that I think students get a lot out of. In terms of careers, it's quite diverse. I think, as I said before, we have a lot of teachers who are enrolled in the program who are generally doing it to develop a specialist qualification. But we also have people, we've had authors come through our program. Ursula Duboslavsky is a personal favourite of mine who did a PhD at Macquarie. But we also have quite a lot of people who are either in the publishing industry or who are hoping to get into the publishing industry. Now, you may have noticed if you've looked online that as well as offering the Master of Children's Literature, we also have a Graduate Diploma of Children's Literature. Now, just to clarify, the subjects that you complete for those two programs are exactly the same. The crucial difference is that the Graduate Diploma is 32 credit points, while the Master of Children's Literature is 48. That's quite handy because it means that if you want, you can start the program with the Graduate Diploma, and if you find that you like it, you can articulate into the Master of Children's Literature. It's very, very simple to do that. The same thing goes for if you are enrolled in the Master of Children's Literature degree but are finding it quite difficult to complete all the work, you can exit early with a Graduate Diploma of Children's Literature. In terms of applications, all of the applications are taken through UAC, the University Admissions Centre, and you can apply for internal or external modes of study, as I said at the beginning, and you can move between these modes of study. So you can choose to come to classes one semester to study externally for the following semester. That's fine. You can also apply to commence in either session 1 or session 2. We're quite flexible. We do have some core units, but they are offered on a rotating basis, and it means that you can join in the program at any stage. And if you have any further inquiries about the program, please feel free to email me and ask me any questions that you might have. Thanks a lot for listening tonight, and if you've got any questions, I'm here to answer them. Thanks a lot. Bye.